So we're going to take a look at football trading on Betfair and specifically trading time value or time decay in the goal markets. So this includes the under 2.5 goals market, which is one of the main markets people use for time decay. And if you can get good at trading time value, then it really will feel like the easiest money you will ever make when you're trading football. But what really is the best way for you to make profit using time decay? Which goal market is actually best to use? And what is the real secret to doing well at this style of football trading? All that and much more is covered in this video. I hope you are ready. Let's get into it. So if you're new to this, you're probably thinking, what is time value? What is time decay? Please explain. I'm going to quickly explain that here. Now, since a football match is only 90 minutes, that means the markets have a limited amount of time to be open, which is quite unique to the football market. So as time progresses, the chance of something happening in the match, such as a match finishing over 2.5 goals, will start to diminish and go lower and lower. So the chances of it being under 2.5 goals as the match progresses becomes more and more likely as the match progresses, with no goals being scored, of course. And so you can see that the charts will begin to look a lot like this. The price will start, in this example anyway, around the price of 1.98 and just gradually decrease and decrease and decrease with time until it hits 1.01, and it's almost impossible for there to be over 2.5 goals in a match. And of course, this is great because it means it can be relatively simple to profit from because we know the direction of the movement. So the hard part is done. And as long as you can stay in the market when there's no goals, then it's pretty easy, right? Easier said than done. I'm sure many watching this video are probably thinking. But yeah, if you are new to football trading, I've actually got a quick demo here to explain it using the Betfair interface on a real football match. Let's see. So this match here between Stuttgart and Arminia Bielefeld is just about to kick off. So we're going to get involved back in the under 2.5 goals. Backed it there at 2.2. We know that as soon as this match kicks off, then this price on under 2.5 goals is going to shorten, and we want to try and get out with around 10%. So I could just put the orders in the market here as well. All right, 110, and we're going to try and get matched at 2 with the lay. So put that in. We're just going to press keep, and it's pretty much as simple as that. We know that the price is going to keep moving down at the start of the match, unless, of course, there is a goal. But our main aim really is to trade the time value, try and get in and out before a goal, before our money comes under any sort of threat, and we will have a successful trade if so. And so we are 6 minutes into this one, and we literally just got matched there. So we've made that quick 10% on each side as the markets actually just go suspended as well. So you can see that is how you trade the time value. The price is going to tick down, and we can get in and out of the market very quickly. And that is the aim. You want to get in and out before the goal is scored. Now, of course, it looks very, very easy when there is no goal, and we can get in and out within the first 6 minutes of the match and make a quick 10% on each side. But of course, from time to time, there is going to be a goal when you're exposed in the market, and that is the big worry for many when they are trading time value in the football markets. So that pretty much explains it. And the beauty of trading time value or time decay in the football markets is pretty much this, that we know the price direction. And this is very good because a big question any trader in any sort of trading industry usually asks before they get in the market is, which way is the price going to go? Is it going to go up or is it going to go down? And we know with time decay, the price is going to be going down. So we know the direction, and a lot of the hard part is already done in that case. So we know it's going to keep going that way unless a goal is scored, which is the big worry for many. But then should we really be that worried about being in the market and getting caught out by a goal? Should we? I mean, football is low scoring. So many like to trade time value in football for this exact reason. Some matches have no goals at all. And in general, football matches, they do average 2.5 goals. Okay, so that means there is effectively 2.5 times on average that you can be caught out by a goal when you are in the market. And of course, surely if you're picking the best value times to get in the market, then you could get that down a lot lower. So if there are 90 minutes in a football match and you only need to avoid being in the market when a goal is scored on average 2.5 times per match, then it isn't as hard as some people like to make out when it comes to trading time value. But of course, like I said, I know that there's a lot of people watching this video right now shaking their head saying, no, it's not for me. Not that trading time value stuff. No, I'm staying well away from that. And of course, there are many reasons why a lot of people don't like to get involved in trading the unders markets, as we like to call it. But I mean, one of the big reasons, it is fear. A big fear of being in the market when a goal is scored and having to take a loss. And I've had some people tell me that trading time value in football is like holding a bomb in your hands that could go off at any moment. But like I explained in the previous slide, it's maybe quite an unfounded fear, since it shouldn't happen to you that often. And I get many emails from people telling me, oh, every time I try and trade the unders market, a goal goes right in. Well, which I'm sure is not totally true. If it is true, then maybe you've only done it once or twice, okay? But it really shouldn't happen that often, especially if you're being careful and paying a good attention to the actual action on the pitch, all right? And also do keep in mind that if a goal does go in, it's not like you're losing all of your stake or more than all of your stake. You're just going to lose a percentage of it. And if it was the under 2.5 goals market, you're probably looking at a 40% loss on your stake. So there's a lot of people who don't like to trade time value because of the fear, but maybe they shouldn't be so afraid. But of course, another big reason why a lot of people don't like to trade time value or trade the unders markets is because it does go against just your natural instincts, and which is quite fair. I mean, a lot of people do get involved in football trading as football fans. The whole point of a match of football is to score a goal. And we kind of all want to see goals being scored, right? It's very, very hard to watch a match and hope nobody scores. It's very, very hard. It really actually goes against your instincts. Try it if you don't believe me. And I've been there myself as well, where you're trading the unders, you're trading the time value, and the match is live as well. And then you see a goal go in against you, and you see the players cheering, the fans cheering, everyone's happy, and you start to feel a little bit silly, and you start to wish you were on the opposite side of things, which can make you feel worse. And so much with football trading is the mental side of things. So it can be very, very hard to handle that loss when it does come, when you are trading the unders markets for these reasons here. Firstly, you might be having a big fear of actually getting caught out by that goal. And then when it comes, you do feel like, it feels even worse than the average loss. So there is that. But there is another reason why a lot of people are a bit apprehensive about trading time value. And I do say that these days you kind of need live pictures with almost zero delay when you are doing this. I think something that's happening a lot recently is the HD TV signals just getting more and more delayed, and this is including Sky Sports and BT Sports. It was never as bad as it currently is, so this is making it harder to kind of get in the markets at opportune times and then get out when the action starts to warm up again. Because there was a time, maybe around 10 years ago, when you could easily watch a live match on Sky. You see the ball go out of play, you get in the market, and then maybe you can gain a few ticks, and then you could probably get out the market in good time before some sort of dangerous attack starts to develop. You could do the same on goal kicks. They were always a good entry point, or a substitution to maybe grab a tick or two. But these days, there's usually going to be someone who's already seen it before you, and they've kind of taken the ticks before you can take the ticks. But and just a quick tip on that. Funnily enough, these days, before anyone asks, Betfair live video seems to be the fastest pictures of all. So if you were looking to get involved with time decay or time value, then using the Betfair live video might be the best option at the moment. But of course, this is all temporary, and I do believe there is a good chance that technology is going to improve and we'll start to get more up-to-date live pictures once again. I just think at the moment HD TV is relatively new to the whole technology of TV in general, and as you see with technology, it improves and improves and improves, and very soon we should get HD TV a lot quicker than we do currently get it. So hopefully that will go away in the future. Okay, but yeah, lots of reasons not to trade time value. You could be scared of it, just scared of being in the market and getting caught out by a goal. And it does go against your instincts. But I assure you, with lots of experience of trading the unders markets, these sorts of things start to fade into the background, and you become a lot more hardened to them. That is for sure. And by the way, if you are interested in taking your football trading to the next level, haven't yet downloaded a free copy of this, then I'm not sure what you're waiting for. The 7 steps to football trading success. It's already helped thousands of people get on the right path to making a second income from football trading, and it is totally free. Just click the link in the description of this video, put in your email address, and I will send it right to you. Okay, the link should be in the description. I'll also leave it in the comment section, so definitely grab that. So moving on, and a common question I often get from many newbies is, which goal market is the best or safest to trade time decay with and trade the unders with? Is it the under 0.5, 1.5, 2.5, 3.5, under 4.5, 6.5? I get questions like this almost every day. However, the problem is that there isn't actually any sort of clear advantage from one market over the other one. They all move and react the same way, and it can be a bit of a common misconception that people believe, well, it's the 5.5 goals market, it must be safer because not many matches finish 5.5, so surely the odds would move quicker. But believe me, they all move at a very similar speed, and they all react in a very proportionate way. If you look at this is the 1.5 goals market, 2.5. Look at those patterns, all very similar. All right, let's move it on to, have I got that? Yeah, I got 3.5. Very similar patterns, as you can see. The 4.5 as well. So yeah, it can be a bit of a misconception to think, well, if I get in the 5.5 goals market, I can probably win some ticks a bit quicker. But anyway, what I decided to do, just to illustrate this, I actually put it to the test and traded all the goal markets at once simultaneously, so you can actually see it with your own eyes. Let's take a look. So we've just kicked off in this match here, Leicester against Aston Villa, and I'm on the under 5.5 goals market here, so you'd think that this would be a pretty safe goal market to trade, right? So what I'm going to do here is we're going to run a little experiment. I just backed under 5.5 goals there at 1.08. And we are going to go in and lay 1 tick below, which is going to make us pretty much 1% profit by putting in that lay at 1.07. Okay, so we're going to put that in. And you can see that's waiting there. Now, at the same time, I'm actually just going to put in 100 on the markets below. So let's do this on under 4.5 goals. We're going to do this on under, sorry, where am I? Under 3.5 this one is. That really threw me when that popped up there. And then we're going to do it on under 2.5 as well. So we got in there at 1.59. I'm going to quickly go over all these bets in just a moment, right? Okay, so under 2.5 goals, we're going to back this now at 2.4. It's 0 minutes in, about 30 seconds on the clock. We're going to back it at 1.59 on under 3.5 goals. Under 4.5 is backed at 1.23, and under 5.5 we backed at 1.08. All right, and we're just going to wait and see once this gets matched and we've made our 1% on the under 5.5 goals market. Then we're going to see how the other markets played out in the same time. So I'll give you an update very shortly. Okay, so we just got matched there. Just hit 1.07 in the under 5.5 goals market. So let's just see how the other markets have progressed in the same time with the same stake. Okay, so on the 2.5 goals market, we could cash out for the £3.63. So almost a 3.6% return there. Well, it went up a bit, so 4.4%. The 3.5 goals, that was a £6 return, so pretty much a 6% return there in the same time. And then 4.5 goals, not too great, just almost a 2% return there. So you can kind of see that in the same time, while it might seem safer to get involved in the 5.5 goals market, for the same time, a lot of a very similar risk. You could make more gains in the lower goals markets. But of course, if a goal goes in the lower goals markets, then the loss is going to be a little bit higher. But it's all going to be very, very proportionate. So, like I kind of said at the start of the video, there isn't any sort of big advantage by getting involved in the different goals markets. They're all going to be moving at similar paces. If a goal goes in, it's going to be very proportionate. And so based on all of this, your best bet if you want to trade any sort of goal market is the under 2.5 goals market. It is the best initial market for trading time value. It has the highest liquidity of all the goal markets, usually, which means it can be easy to get out quickly when needed, which is very, very important when trading time decay. Do you want to stay in the markets when Leo Messi has a free kick on the edge of the D? I don't think so. So yeah, you got to think about things like that. And you do need a good balance between profit potential that you can make from it and the loss you can take when it goes wrong. I think the average loss, if you get caught out by a goal on the 2.5 goals market, is 40% of your stake. If you get caught out by a goal on the under 1.5 goals market, the average loss you could be taking is around 80% of your stake. Okay, so keep things like that in mind when you're deciding which goal market is the best one for you to trade. But believe me, you're probably going to reach the same conclusion, that it is the 2.5 goals market. Okay, now what is the secret to being successful at trading time value, trading the unders markets? And I do get a lot of questions like about this. And I would say the number one bit of advice I could give you is ignore trying to predict the unders markets and trying to do all sorts of pre-match research to try and work out if there's going to be an early goal or not. Okay, I see a lot of people struggling with this. They pore over hours and hours of statistics trying to find that certain match that won't have a goal early on, and then they get involved, and then do you know what, probably that match has the early goal. So I say focus more on the actual market movement. Okay, focus more on that. That is the secret to trading time value in the unders market, because the whole idea behind this is to get in the market during times that the markets are moving faster than normal. Okay, that is your main goal. You want to get in and try and gain some ticks when the market is moving faster than normal, and it limits your exposure. Obviously, the longer you stay in the market, the more chance you have of getting caught out by one of those 2.5 goals per game, which might arrive. Okay, so your main idea, if you're trading the unders, is to get in when that market is moving really, really quick. Try and gain as many ticks as you can before it maybe slows down again, and you can gain your profits there. Now, there are some ways to identify these best times to get involved in the unders markets, but I can't quite reveal those on YouTube. That is something you're going to have to start to work out for yourself. But I will say this, that market experience is absolutely key. That is the best way to learn and actually get a real feel for the markets, because once you start to gain market experience, you will definitely recognize the average speed at which the unders markets generally move. So you'll be able to quickly identify when the markets are being a bit slower than normal, maybe they're being a little bit more static than normal, and you'll get a good feel for when they're suddenly gonna have to move a lot faster than normal. And that's your cue. That's your entry point to get in the market, gain some ticks, and then spot the slowdown, get out once again. But yeah, like I said, it is all down to a lot of market experience and just getting a general feeling for it. Okay. Now, trading the unders market is something I do cover inside my premium course, Ultimate Football Trading. We have a good method for that one called the snowball method. And we have a very, very good rule within that method, which will tell you when the markets are moving as we want them to or when they're not moving as we want them to. So if you are interested in trading the unders markets, then looking to get involved in Ultimate Football Trading next time we open would be your best course of action. Currently, there's all sorts of crazy stuff happening in the world, so I do not know when I'm going to be opening the doors again. Hopefully, by the time you're watching this video, all the crazy stuff is over and the doors could be opening very, very soon. But either way, I'm going to put a link to the waiting list in the description of this video. So if you are interested in that, you can click through and get on the waiting list. And then when everything calms down and the doors open, you'll get the chance to get in. And while you're there, I would love it if you could leave me a comment and let me know your thoughts. Do you like trading the unders markets when you are trading football? It is a bit of a Marmite market. Some people love it, some people hate it. It seems like the majority hate it. But those who love it seem to do pretty well with it. I speak to a lot of traders who tell me they specialize in trading the unders and they love a good 0-0 draw, a good ball draw. But yeah, let me know your thoughts and your experiences with trading the unders markets. It's very, very interesting. And I will reply to as many comments as I possibly can. And of course, don't forget the freebie. This is absolutely free. It's a good PDF. You can just click the link in the description of this video and you can download your copy for free. Just enter your email address and I will send it right to you. The 7 steps to football trading success. It is definitely worth a look and it's free, so you can't really go wrong. Anyway, I do hope you enjoyed checking out this video. If you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you want to get more videos about football trading, hit the notification bell. There are some videos I put up for only a limited time only. So if you don't want to miss those, make sure the notifications are turned on. And on the screen now should be some other good videos for you to check out. So continue watching and I will see you in the next video.